Hey guys, what's up? It's Jason from the Brass Brigade. Hope you're doing well. So check it out. This is just a quick little video. I'm going to call the Simple and Raw Vintage versus Standard Fit. So Simple and Raw is a selvage denim company. They're imported selvage denim. They're really good priced. They're made super well. They use various denims from different mills, right, out of Japan and other places. And a couple of you have been asking, what... Did you hear that? Oh, it's the Ring camera. Anyways, I'm not going to redo this shit. So anyways, this is the standard fit. I'm 5'11". I'm about 160 pounds. This is size 32. And this is like their standard or regular fit. And this is how they look, right? So something I noticed between the standard and vintage fit, it's either standard or regular. And then they have vintage. The vintage fit is basically the same as the standard or regular fit, but the legs don't really taper as much as the standard or regular fit. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, I don't really even have to try these on to show you, although I'm going to. But yeah, basically these legs have a little bit of a taper to them. So real quick, step off camera and talk you through it. So yeah, those first ones are the standard fit, and then these ones I'm about to put on are the vintage fit. These are also in size 32 waist. They're just the vintage fit. Here, I'm almost done. I guess, you know, if I put more effort into my videos, I could probably edit some cool things in here right now while I'm putting these bad dogs on. But we're not going to do that. We're kind of ghetto here at the Brass Brigade. So, anyways, these are, throw on slip-ons, man. Let's make it faster. So these are like the vintage fit. Now, if you look, I wear a belt with them. They're a little too big, but that's on me. But you can tell the legs on these, they're not as slim as the standard or, again, regular fit. Again, these are size 32. I'm 5'11", about 160 pounds. Now, I'm also going to show you guys, this is a pair of vintage fit size 30s. Now, these actually fit perfect, but I haven't washed them yet. And selvage denim does tend to shrink a little bit. If you go on the forums online, you'll hear people talk about they'll stretch an inch or two and all that. I've got several pairs of selvage denim now, and I promise you, they do not stretch that much. So for me, I would almost rather them be a little too big than a little too small, because if I absolutely had to, I could, you know, wash them like they do not suggest in warm water, throw them in the dryer for a few minutes, and they would shrink. So anyways, these are size 30. These are the vintage fit. And look, so I don't have a belt on right now. These actually fit really good. Like, I don't know. If I ever buy another pair from Simple and Raw, I might get size 30 vintage fit, because I think of the 3 pairs I have, fit-wise, I think the size 30, again, in the vintage fit, are money. But I also like the size 32 standard fit. The size 32 in the vintage fit, they're too baggy. So I also think the standard or regular fit, I think it is a little bit slimmer through this area as well. I think they call it the rise or something like that. I think that's a little bit, you know, shrunken down on the standard or vintage, or not standard, regular fit, whatever. The first pair I had on, if you noticed, they fit a little bit better through here than the vintage fit. Those first two were the same exact size, 32 waist, just one was vintage, one was standard. Again, these are the size 32, or I'm sorry, these are the size 30 in the vintage fit. So anyways, that's what they look like. Again, you know, 30 waist, those two were 32 waist, 5'11", 160 pounds. if you use Jason Grant, I think it's Jason Grant 999, save yourself some money. Tell them the Nebraska Kid sent you. Have a good week, guys. Yeah.